So I got arcade parts on my mind right now, and by the way, thank you, Arcade Shock, for having such a good stock of a lot of good quality arcade parts. And I got all my stuff that I've made in the last vid and this vid at Arcade Shock. Um, they're not sponsoring this video. This is just my thoughts on it, but I want to send a shout out to them because they're really cool. So yeah, this is the JLX Model 1, not the new Model 2 version. And if you buy a Japanese arcade stick from it used to be Mad Catz, but nowadays it's, there's Razer and Hori using Hayabusa parts. But definitely Razer comes with JLF, and Mayflash has a JLF model on a few of their more expensive sticks. But you usually get the JLF in those, and this is a lot better. It has a much shorter throw to the micro switches. It's oversized actuator that comes with the lever. It's very sturdy. Like JLF feels flimsy. This is a lot sturdier, and I don't know exactly what they did to make it that way, but um, they really did well with this. I don't use it that often. I got it originally because it was just cheaper than the Sumitsu sticks, and I was like, I might as well try the JLX. I don't like JLF, but JLX sounds like it's better and is much better. If you like the JLF, you should upgrade to this. Not really the Model 2 of the JLX, because to me that's kind of a downgrade on paper. I haven't tried it, but this I'm very satisfied with. If you can still get a JLX Model 1, I would get this. If you really like Sanwa, at least. I'm more of a Sumitsu guy because they have more variety, and there's a lot more varieties with their sticks and buttons. There's not just two models that they really go with. They have like 7 or more of levers out there, and you know transitioning now to buttons. Let me get it. This is Sumitsu. It's a PS15 short throw. I got this because I wanted to try it, and I gotta say, this is the least favorite of my Sumitsu wise of buttons, and it just feels a little kiddie, like a toy. I don't know why that is, but if you're gonna go with Sumitsu, I recommend clear ones. I have a different model of clear Sumitsu buttons at my sister's place. Like all my extra stuff is at her place, but this type of button though has cherry micro switches, and I believe these are silver ones in here, and they're really good. These are screw in, whereas this one's snap in. Screw in's probably a little bit more the way to go because the little flaps can break. They're still usable if they're broken. You can still not worry about them falling out of the stick, but screw in is a lot more durable overall, and the build quality is really good on the clears. Like I have another model of clears, like I mentioned, and they were snap-in, and they did not break. And I put them in several different of my arcade sticks, just moving them around from stick to stick because I'm crazy and like to mod my stuff all the time. And they never broke. The flaps never broke, but I had a Quamba, and those are very bad quality. arcade parts. Those snap-ins, the flaps broke, and even the the Sanwa buttons, they broke, but not the clear Sumitsus. So if you're going to go Sumitsu for buttons, I would go with the Cherry Micro switches, and their clear buttons in particular are really good. They have another hollow flat button. It kind of feels like you're playing with a wooden, for some reason, like a wooden sword, if you were to compare it to, like, the actual feel of it. I don't know why I think it feels like it's a wooden sword, but it does. I'm just making comparison. But comparing these to these aren't the Kusos, but I guess they're still called Hayabusa, the Hori Hayabusa buttons. These buttons are a lot better than the Kuro. Everyone called them Kuso, and I got them when they came out along with the Hayabusa stick, and I love the original Hayabusa stick, but the Kuros were Kuso, as everyone said they were, and I did put some silencers in them, foam silencers, and that made them feel better, but they were still not worth getting. I regret buying those. But these are the Hayabusa buttons, and they're better, but they're like there's a huge difference. You can tell how they feel, and they're a little bit too sensitive at times. They're very sensitive, so you gotta be very precise on when you want to press a button in a fighting game, or else you're gonna do a command too early and mess up your combo, mess up the special move input. They're a lot better than the previous model of Hori buttons. But yeah, I mean, they came stock with the Alpha, which this is a great stick in itself. Like, you can take it apart, open it up, you can swap it around. The only problems with this arcade stick, besides like the buttons sorta, is the cable is not detachable. That there was a really prominent arcade stick reviewer who mentioned that, and I gotta agree with him. I wish that it was detachable, so I don't have to go in there and unsolder and resolder a new wire when the wire goes bad. But probably the oh yeah, the one other issue that I have with it is they could have put another button up here maybe for turbo, to have a dedicated turbo function, and they didn't do that. They could even have like maybe a switch instead right here for turbo, and they didn't do it. There's the Quamba drone. I got one for the Xbox 360, and it had a turbo button, and this stick I got it for less than 150 because it was on sale. Now it's around 170, 180, and I would go with this at that price. This is a really great arcade stick to get for the money. The buttons are a little iffy, but these buttons are like $6 or $7 each. Compared to this one was like $3 or $4, between $3 and $4. That's why I got these originally. This is a hobby. Hobbies require money. Over time you'll spend a lot, but it's worth tinkering around and having fun. And I went subject to subject, stream of conscious and all, but I don't have a script, so I just wanted to say that all these different thoughts of mine that I have on these arcade parts that I have. Yeah, have a good day.